talking about decisions, and I come to this as you follow through my videos. It's, my life, my journey, my startup, and in doing so, we all have to make decisions. We all have to, move ahead with those decisions. We make the decisions based on the facts and the information we have at the time, and it's only the outcome what can be wrong. But when you start in a startup, you have many decisions you have to make, many choices. What are the right steps? For me, having only mentors from a book, only what I read, what I self-educate, what I try and gain from the books I read, the information I seek, is how do I make those decisions the right ones? I understand that we fail first attempt in learning. I understand, and it's part of my daily life. It's part of my daily living. It should be yours too. It should be your way to think about when things don't go right, that we are just learning about the decisions, about what to do next time round when we're in a similar situation. It's a different mindset shift. So to me, that's important, but it doesn't help when you're in that moment, especially when you're procrastinating or you're thinking that you're failing, and fear of failure. Even though, I keep saying about failure or fail, but it still sneaks up on you. It still comes from you when you least expect it, and that alone is is hard, and especially when you're feeling tired or vulnerable, or for me, when I'm hungry and or I haven't slept well, those ditch voices in my head, because to me we have a boss voice and a ditch voice. Primarily we're always focused in on the ditch voice, that's from as past experiences, as past beliefs, past living, and that's always going to tell us to ditch and to stay in his comfort zone, and to not put the work in, not put the effort in, leave it another day, leave it another week. We ain't got enough information. It can come up with so many. We're not capable. These are the things which hold us back, and it's just a mindset. It really is just a mindset, and it's been there throughout our ancestry times to keep us safe, but it don't keep us safe no more. Not in this world, in this society we live at the moment. So today I've woke up and it's decision times on quite a few different aspects. As you might be aware, that I believe that self-education is a power, and if you're going to make inroads in your own life and create a different journey, a different path, a different outcome, and create a bit of momentum, success in his life, then we've got to self-educate. So throughout all this, I've self-educated myself across all manner of product development, of graphic design, of patent writing, of website building, of learning to write business plan, the steps I need to tick as we go forward. Now I'm on with marketing and documenting my journey and my startup, to bring accountability to me, but also bring awareness as well of the struggles it is to actually do it, especially when you're holding down a full-time job and still need to earn income and try to funnel as much as your income in to your saving pot as bootstrapping the company, the product. So these are decisions I need to make today, and it comes very hard because I'm procrastinating it, but I'm talking about it right now, and hopefully help you, you know, to understand that to make something any good, we have to make decisions and or change or pivot. You know, my goal is still the same. I just need to find a different road to get to that goal and keep trying the different roads until I find the right road what leads me to that goal. So I've built a website. I went to a hosting site. I kind of went against what I learned, which is to go through, you know, a website building site. Through my research, I thought I'd have the time to learn about WordPress, to build a company that way, build a website that way. But I'm finding more and more that I haven't got the time to put in the effort to learn about building a website on WordPress because I'm learning so many other things. So I've got to just prioritize a little bit. So I naively went in and paid for a hosting site. And within that hosting site, you could build a WordPress site, but also as a free website building separate to that. But it's only limited in what it can offer me in terms of, because it's an outsourced website builder they brought in to just help with, you know, with hosting the site. And I'm really not happy with it right now as well. It's frustrating that I've paid a few £100 out. I've built a website which is fantastic, you know, a landing page, has everything on it, you know, it's great, but it at that time it was great, but right now I know that I need to update the website. I need to make it, you know, with all the information and everything I'm learning, I need to start putting more onto the website and start building different pages, which, you know, helps with SEO, search engine optimization, you know, by building more pages and linking them into the different social media platforms and the content I'm bringing out. So it's been a painful experience, and I'm like looking at what I need to do in order to do it, and, you know, again looking back and going to the original one, but now it's going to take a full day to build that website to how I want it. I could keep adding to it, but it's going to be an additional expense. You're thinking to yourself, well, why don't you just pay somebody to go do it? Well, the cost of doing that in terms of just building a basic one might be £200 to £500. You know, to get the one which I believe I can create using the full range of website building, which I haven't got at the moment. I believe I can do that myself and make it look just as well. The cost, £200 to £500, £200 to £500 is a lot of money. And what my income is from my paid job is far below that. You know, I earn £100 to £150 per day. So if I were going to pay that out, that's like 2 days plus work in order for me to pay that kind of income out. If I did it myself through the day, the saving I'm going to get will be, you know, very big. And I get to learn again how to build a website, so I'm self-educating through doing it again. So that's my first decision. Speaking right now, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to create the time and build the website, and be able to do that and move on with that and get it done. The second is my 3D CAD. I've had CAD work done. I've had a recent birthday, and as a surprise, my family, which is just amazing, you know, they're amazing, and I'm very blessed and very lucky. And they're always in my gratitude and my thankfulness every day of what they do, and, you know, how they love and support me and always have me back, and I can always turn to them. But My 3D CAD is it's amazing, and when I got it, it was just amazing. I had tears in my eyes. It's the first time I've had a manufactured prototype made, and it's amazing. It really is. It looks fantastic. Eventually I will show you that. Obviously I'm still in the building stages, as you can tell. I'm still starting out, although I've made leaps and bounds, but it's still it's not as how I want it in terms of the design and how it looks and the basics of the functionality. Perfect, just how I want it. But in terms of the solidness of using it, the movable parts are quite flimsy. They don't stick in position. So I'm debating now that what my next move is, what my next step forward is, and I'm procrastinating a little bit about it because it's a big decision, but you know, I need to just be decisive and make the decision and to just move forward. So I could carry on using the work, what's already been done from my family's connections. Although, you know, they've had spent, and this is the dilemma, they have spent a fair few months building to where it is now, compared to if you went to an actual CAD designer, they'll probably do it within a day or two. And this is the decision, because do I carry on with that and I potentially have a few months before I get any difference, any changes with the product and whether it fits in, or do I pay out for them to take what's already been done, go to an actual CAD designer, explain, show the prototype of what I built, the manufactured prototype of what they built, and then be able to take it piece by piece and actually speak to somebody about what needs to take place. The reason why I say that is because my family connection is through her work, and they're doing it as a side project in terms of they do the normal work and then they're having a little play about with my product. That's how it's done it, which is why it's taking so long. Do I make the decision and go, you know, I carry on with this because it hasn't cost me anything and likely not to cost me out? Or do I go with what I've got already, explain to an actual CAD designer with the file of the 3D CAD, which is what they've printed out on? And 3D printing is a separate issue, but it's amazing. And I will talk about this another time, the lessons I've learned and, you know, building through a 3D printing machine an actual product, a usable product. It's just fantastic. But, you know, the decision I have to make now is, do I wait? Do I let Christmas go by? In the UK, we're in lockdown at the moment. How long will that continue? How much harder is it going to be to actually get ready to launch a product? Am I just procrastinating by even saying that? And some of you be nodding your head, other ones be like, no, you know, you're bootstrapping, you know, look to launch next year, and allow them to make them changes to see if they can actually do it for the same cost. So yeah, I'm in two minds completely, and you know, I've got to be honest that I am looking at the money aspect as well. You know, I understand that just this stage now can cost a few £1,000s. Then I've got to source manufacturing and start manufacturing the first batch, as well as create, which I've already done, the graphic design of the packaging, but then I have to pay for the packaging to be made, the details I want printed on the packaging as well. You know, these are all going to be costs I need to pay in order to get my product manufactured to be able to sell to the market. So I suppose I'm coming that it's very hard, and the decisions we have to make in life, in a startup, working for a company, regardless of what you do, it's, you know, we have many different options, you know, and I keep saying that, you know, we have to make a decision. It's just the outcome, what's wrong, and putting that into practice at times can be very hard. You know, sometimes I'm on it, sometimes I'm so not. I am human, and it's gonna be very tricky, the next move I make, and I know that, you know, if I fail, it's gonna cost me money and delay the you know, the movement of the product itself. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this with you, leave you the difficulties in making the right step forward, how hard it actually is, how we can. The thing I don't want to do, which is what I did in my last project, where I just threw money at it and not with no experience and no direction, just believing that the steps what were presented to me from outside organisations were the right step, that they had my back, they were looking after me, that they were giving me the right advice, and it turns out it so wasn't. There were so many different steps to make before actually going to a product development company, which, you know, if you're thinking of doing that, then, you know, there's cases what work, but there's high chance of it actually is very unlikely, and the cost of doing it and the steps to tell you is just for them to make money. It's just for them to put to make them richer and take money from, you know, people like me who are quite, or I was then, very, you know, very new to it. I'm not now, which is why I've made the steps I have. I've pivoted and learned and failed, and I'm doing it different completely this time around. But it does, you know, if you're not passionate about what you're doing and you're not passionate about where you can see your vision is what you can see, what nobody else can. And if you're not committed and passionate and focused and motivated, and you're not persevering and you're patient and persistent, maybe the idea is not good enough for you. You know, maybe it's time to look at something different. Maybe go back to the drawing board, because we've got to be able to have all them I've just named in order for us to make a success of what we're doing. Even if we license it out, it's still the same. We still have to put the same work in, still have to sell the product itself, still have to put the same passion and whatnot into making a company license the product from you. And we always hear success stories which happen straight away. Nothing ever happens straight away. Nothing. In every book, in every, you know, there's a saying which stands out. It's took 10 years to become an overnight success. And that's what we see. We just see people being an overnight success. They don't see that they're putting the graft through different projects, different failures to get to that success. And I know I'm ranting a little bit, and I know, you know, I've started off with the decisions and now I'm going on to a bit of a rant, but just remember that we all have to go through this in order to create something which can be a benefit to the people we are designing it for. We all have to go through things in order to benefit ourselves, you know, whether that's as weight, exercise, as home life. You know, we have to put in the effort, we have to gain the knowledge, we have to action it, we have to make decisions, and we have to fail at it and pivot from it, but still keep that goal in mind and make them little investments every day, them little steps. So, you know, this is what I'm coming at you today. This is, I'll let you know, obviously, the decisions which will be made. I will be making the decision with the website. I just need to clear a day in order for me to spend the time to sign up for another website, and then I've got to, I'm going off on one again, but then transfer the domain name over to the new website and the cost and stuff of that. But I know that at least with the website, it's a monthly subscription. So, you know, I just go into my liabilities I have to pay each month. But at least it gives me all the tools I need. So, you know, watch this space. I'll build one. Learn it again, which is always great. You know, the more you learn, the more actionable you can be with it. The more it sticks in his mind, in his memory, and it's knowledge we can use for the rest of the time. So, yeah. Hope you're well. Hope you're safe. Hope you keep grinding, moving forward, working on yourself, working on your side projects, still working to get paid. I hope that you are still in work, and if you're not, just remember that these are opportunities for you to start something new, you know, change your mindset and pivot from where you originally were. But I'm going to save that for another day. But I hope you're well. Do stay safe. This is my life, my journey, my startup. This is me.